we clashed hard, and we ended up obviously having a massive fallout over it.
Because there's a loyalty involved, and you're going to be loyal to your friend, whereas there is probably no loyalty to someone that's just a business partner. If you're truly friends and you're meant to be friends, it'll pull you closer.
It just has to be the right friend. Other people who might be thinking about starting a business with their friends or already have a business with their friend, I think one hard thing that people may come across.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the Rise Collective podcast. Myself and Mads felt like we needed to bring this episode to you guys because we are two friends, essentially, building a business together. And we want to share the ups, the downs, the benefits, but also the bad sides of building a business with your friends. How do you find it, building a business with your friend?
If we take it back to the beginning, FX Connect, I think, speaking from our experience, we struggled. Although we didn't start as friends, I think more importantly, it was back then, it was building a business with another alpha female. We clashed hard, and we ended up obviously having a massive fallout over it. But I think, honestly, building a business with a friend now is one of the best things. Like, you are pretty much the only person I talk to every single day, other than my kids. But it's so nice to be able to have not only a business partner, but also a best friend who understands me, who understands what I've been through, and knows me well enough to be able to speak life back into me when I'm struggling. And I think that is so important in having that when you're running a business, because running a business, especially like a community driven one like ours, sometimes we don't have the energy to give. And I think because we're such close friends as well, you're able to see when I'm not having the best day. I'm able to see when you're not having the best day. And we're able to kind of like not pick up each other's slack. I don't want to say it in that way, but that we're able to see when each other's struggling and we're able to like step up for the other person, I think. So I think for me, I would highly, highly recommend in building a business with your friend. But caveat to that, you have to know each other and you really have to know each other's deepest, darkest secrets. I don't think we would be able to do this unless we really knew each other like through and through. And obviously, going through what we went through in the beginning, that helped us to be where we are now.
Yeah, I totally agree. I feel like as well, when you have a friendship with someone, you have that foundational floor of the home. And I feel like building a business is only going to go up. It don't work with some people. Some people cannot work with friends. I am very against working with family. I feel like if you can work with a friend that you have like the same drive and aspirations with, we both want to be successful. We both have the same motive to be like great parents, to let our family live well, to have the freedom, to have the time. We both want the same thing. That's why our vision with a business works so well. I don't think you could do a business with someone that, for example, you're very lazy, but I'm very like proactive, because then you would be holding me back. But I think it's so important that we're both so similar. It could be negative because we could clash, but I think we've learned from our previous mistakes, like our strengths, our weaknesses. And you're right, if we didn't know the bad things, I don't think we would be where we are today, because we'd be like lying about who we are. And I think it's really important to be real when you're building a business with your friend, because if there's something I can't do, Mads can do it. If Mads can't do it, Katie can do it. If one month maybe I've made more money than you, I'm okay to like book stuff. If it's the other way around, you're okay to like book stuff. Like, we lean on each other for support, and we know where we're strong in certain areas. And I feel like that is what's beautiful about building a friend, like a business with your friend, because there's a loyalty involved, and you're going to be loyal to your friend, whereas there is probably no loyalty to someone that's just a business partner.
Absolutely agree. I think that is a really important one, that loyalty of like, because I think we're such naturally loyal people that I think in previous situations, I have been almost like loyal to a fault. Like in so many of my relationships, I have been loyal to the point of like stupidity. Like I should have left certain situations. I should have cut people off at very early stages. But because I'm such a loyal person, I am loyal to a fault. But having the friendship as well as the business, it just kind of goes hand in hand, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like as well, it brings so much more fun into the business as well, because we know what we like to do. Like we could, I don't know, the business makes money and we both like to go, I don't know, Dubai and go on like yachts and sunbathe. We can do that at a business expense. If we like to go camping, we can do that at a business expense. If we both need a new laptop, we can buy that with a business expense. But when you're working with a business partner and you don't really have a foundational friendship, sometimes there's no understanding and there's no, what's the word I'm looking for? Like you just don't really like respect each other highly. And I think with me and you, where we respect each other so much, we just know that everything is equal in the business. And I feel like we know our strengths, and I think it's a really beautiful thing because we are going to build one of the best businesses in the world, and I don't doubt that at all.
I do think overall, I think for us, in speaking from like our own personal experience, our own personal journeys, I 100% like there is no one else in the world that I would rather do and run a business with. But I think for other people who might be thinking about starting a business with their friends or already have a business with their friend, I think one hard thing that people may come across is the fact of like, because you're friends first, you may find it difficult to make certain decisions within the business because you don't want to ruin that friendship, which I think is very understandable. But I think in order to like kind of combat that, and I'm saying this because I know this is probably a common thing, I think if a way to kind of combat that would be to have a serious conversation with each other and say like you have to separate the business conversations to the personal conversations, which I think we do quite well.
Yeah.
Like we can go from talking about business and then we'll be really serious about it, but then we'll go on to like talking about something that we're going through or something that's happened, something that's funny, and like we have that switch. But I think for people who are struggling with running a business with their friends, I think you need to sit down and have that conversation of like, look, if I say something that I think is in the best interest of the business, of the company, that's not a personal attack. This is just my opinion. And obviously, because we're friends in running this business, we have to be honest with each other.
I feel like that's a really important point you've made. And it could even be so far as if the business fails, which has happened to us. We have had failed businesses, right? They've not failed, but they've just not turned out how we visioned them to. We had shareholders, we've had other people involved, we started off with just doing events, but our vision was bigger than that. And sometimes you have to go through things to grow through things. And I feel like for us, it was really important that our first, we could say failed business, because it's not here now, didn't turn out the way it did, but we're here back building. And sometimes with a friendship, if something fails, it could be like, it's failed because of you, this is your problem, we've had an argument, and then there's never a business again. Where I think with you and me, we've had business that hasn't worked out and we've not stuck it through. But I would say the business we're building now, Rise Collective, we're doing 10 times more than any other business we've had. We are doing all of the work ourselves. We currently have no one doing anything for us. We don't have anyone editing for us. We're doing it ourselves. We don't have anyone running our community. We're doing it ourselves. We don't have any marketers. We don't have anyone that's editing our digital products. We do everything by ourselves. And I feel like if anything, that's grown us and made us closer, because we are truly pushing each other to be the best versions of ourselves within the business, which ultimately is going to mirror each other's personalities and strengths and weaknesses. So I think it can be really negative if you fail, because it could ruin that friendship ultimately. But I think if you're truly friends and you're meant to be friends, it will pull you closer.
Absolutely. And I think in you saying that, I think one good thing that we have been able to do is lean on each other. So, for example, just giving a little behind the scenes of what it is actually like running this business. You began editing the podcasts, and I was doing all the editing for the short forms. But the last load of podcasts that we recorded, for some reason you weren't able to sync them together. I managed to find a way to do it on a different software. So I edited the last few, and we basically switched roles. So I was editing the podcast and you were doing the short form, which I think that actually made me realise how in sync we are and how supportive of each other we both are and how much we both want this business to work. Because if that was anyone else, they'd be like, well, that's your problem. But instead, we were like, right, no, we need a solution. So I was like, right, let me just do this. I'll figure it out. I'll see if I can figure it out. Had never edited a podcast before. Had never edited anything more than just like one scene. And neither had you before you started editing. So we both had to pick up a new skill that we previously didn't have. So I think the importance of leaning on each other in those times where we're like, what the fuck?
And to add to that as well, like I think that's a beautiful point you've brought up there. Like I didn't say to you, you're gonna have to do this, but I still expect you to do the short form, like you said. Like we both like switch roles. It made me then like learn how to do the short form, which I weren't doing before. So I built strength, you built strength in the business. And I think we also had a conversation like, why don't we do 4 each? So the next 4 will be my turn. You do all the shorts. I'll still do shorts because I really enjoy doing it. But you'll be like, you might do 2, I might do 2. Like, and I think now we both know how to do it. We actually probably make the business even better because we both have the same strength. And like even the other day, I said to you, like obviously you don't mind like separating it over days, whereas I'd rather get it done. Like I'd rather set myself 2 hours, get it done, because then I can forget about it, have it scheduled, and then it's done. And I said to you, and no other like person would take this lightly. They'd be like, why are you trying to tell me what to do? I said maybe you should just set yourself like a time block and get it all done in that 1, 2, 3 hours, and then like rest. Otherwise it's going to be too much work and you're just going to get stressed. And you was like, yeah, I need to do that. I think that's what I need to do. And it's the same with you. If you're not telling me like, this is the titles I've been using, but then I'm like, obviously if it's different if we're like cooperating. I'm like, I think we should try this. Why don't we try this? Let's see what works. Let's see what time we should post and all this stuff. We're going to have things where we disagree sometimes, but coming together ultimately is what's going to bring the strength in the business.
I think that is exactly what it is. It is literally just dropping the ego. Like you have to drop the ego.
Again, one more point, sorry. Another point I want to make up, even our webinars. If we do the webinars and like one of our children interrupts, you may be like, 1 minute guys, I'll be back. And then I'll like unmute myself. It's not even my webinar, but I'm like, so how's everyone doing today? And like, we just pick up each other's paces. Like sometimes you might not be able to be there because you've got other things going on. Sometimes you might not be there because you've got like things to do with the kids or personal life. I'm not going to be like, why did you not show up to our webinar? It's life. It is what it is. But something that's so beautiful with us, even if you might not need to show up to my self-development calls because you already do the inner work. You already know what the law of attraction is. You already know how to deal with your emotions when you're trading. But you show up, I think, because it's good to hear it anyway, but to support me. And it's the same with you. I know how to trade and how to make money. But to show up and support you, I think it's beautiful because this is our business and I like seeing you flourish because ultimately we're going to flourish together.
As much as I know, like, the self-development side and the mindset side, I don't know what it is about your voice, but hearing you say the things, and I think because I'm like, one thing I've learned about me recently is that I'm quite aggressive in the way that I talk. Like, when I'm talking about things that I'm passionate about, I'm very aggressive about it. Not like aggressive in like violent, but like I'm just very like, I don't know, I'm very just aggressive. But you're so soft and like you can really articulate the way that a mindset course needs to be like given. You do that so perfectly. Even when I remember when you released your meditation series and I listened to it and I was like, wow, like you have the perfect voice for this. So I think as much as like, yes, I do know, your mindset sessions just helped me so much just because I think you deliver it in the perfect way. So pick up.
Thank you. And like same with you, like you are an amazing trader and I think like I know how to trade and how to make money. This year's been like up and down for me. Denied payout, the prop firm put a fake trade on, blew my account. Got an FTMO account, chased the profits, revenge traded, blew the account. Said to myself, let me step off. Me now coming to your calls 3 weeks not trading, your voice is like also helped me because, and that interestingly enough, like I used to trade GU when I first started watching Swaggy because he was trading GU. So like watching you, like it still confuses me, GU, I don't understand it. But watching you like articulate GU is like, you are such a goat trader. Because I look at that and think, what are you looking at? Even like head and shoulders, right? Knees and toes. I never used to really care about chart patterns. Like, I'll look at like candlesticks overall, like bullish engulfing, dojis, like the main ones. I won't look at patterns as such. But now if I see a head, shoulders, knees and toes on the trend, I'm getting in because the trend's my friend. So I feel like you've also massively helped my trading journey as well.
I love that. But I think this is the importance. Like, this is the importance of building a business with friends. Like, because we both provide different things for the business, and we both learn from each other as well. So I think it's really easy for us to appreciate each other. And obviously, because we're doing the business together, we want to see each other grow. Because obviously, if we don't grow, then the business doesn't grow. So I think overall, building a business with a friend is amazing. I think it is one of the best things that you can do. I think in order to bring your friendship closer as well, like I think this is the closest that we've ever been.
We talk every day.
Literally every day without fail.
If I don't hear from you in the day, I'm like, alarm bells, do I need to call the police?
You messaged me to ask me if you were allowed to have a bagel.
But that's accountability, because if you don't know, at the moment we're doing a 30-day challenge in our community. Obviously, if you're new here, we're doing a 30-day challenge in our community with things like yoga. It's basically the 75 medium, but on steroids, I'd say, because it's 30-day challenge, like you need to be on it. 30 days, like you actually need to be on it. And I said to you, I can't lie, bread is in the, like, no bread is in there, but I'm really feeling the bagel. You said don't do it because we're doing this together. I didn't do it. We didn't have a bagel. Or did we? I need bread because if I don't have bread, how am I buying stuff? We need bread.
We need bread. We need a moolah. But yeah, overall, I think building a business with a friend is great. It just has to be the right friend. Like,
Yeah.
not every friend is going to be the person that you build a business with.
You just have to have the same vision. But yes, guys, I will leave the link down below for mine and Mads' community. Our WAP community allows you to see all of our calls in replay. You can join all of my self-development calls on a Monday. You can join Mads' Chart Tuesdays on a Tuesday, of course. And get involved with the community. We also do have a free Discord where you can connect with like-minded individuals. I will leave the link down below for that as well, and also our personal social media links. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you are starting a business with your friend, I wish you the best of luck.